In this video, what we'll try to do is address how to get your lecture content online as quickly as possible using your Android phone. Now, what I'll tell you honestly here at the very beginning is that of all the platforms, Windows 10, Mac OS, and iOS, so that would be like an iPad or an iPhone, the solution here for Android is the most fiddly. So we're going to make it as painless as possible, but it's not that painless. My honest suggestion is I would switch if I was you. If you had a Windows laptop or a Mac desktop or laptop or an iOS device around someplace, honestly, I would switch there. Your life is going to be easier. I know what I was doing getting into this, and even just recording this video was a huge, colossal undertaking. So maybe bear that in mind, and good luck to all of us. So without further ado, what you are going to need to do on your Android device is locate the Play Store. For us, that's right down here. So I'm going to go ahead and click on the Play Store. We are going to need to search for two applications, the first of which is called AZ Screen Recorder. It's not A-Z. I made that mistake before. It's just AZ Screen Recorder. Go ahead and install that one. Now, mine does not request a password or a fingerprint from me, but yours may. In that case, go ahead and put in your password. While I'm here at the Play Store, I'm going to go just tap up in the upper right-hand corner for search one more time. And the other application I'm looking for is PowerPoint. So I'm going to go ahead and click on that. And then here you can see if I tap and hold, I'll get this little window down here on the bottom for installing PowerPoint. We're going to need both of those. So essentially what we're going to use is AZ screen recording to record your lecture, and what we're going to use is PowerPoint as just a quick and dirty, it's essentially called a splash screen. It's something to keep your attention while other things are happening. So this way the students don't have to look at your desktop background or your phone background, all this good junk that's happening here while you're talking your way through a lecture. So first and foremost, what we want to do is locate the two applications that we just installed. For me, this is the very right-hand most page of my home page. And the first one I want to do is PowerPoint. So once you click on it, it's got to get a little bit more ready. The first thing that's going to happen here is you're going to have to sign in. Now, I've already signed in with my e-number at rockvalleycollege.edu several times now in prep for this video. So I know that once I tap in that bar, it's going to autofill that for me. So it's just your e-number at rockvalleycollege.edu, and your password is your password. Once you have those in, go ahead and click sign in, and it's going to take just a moment here to configure everything. Once that's done, I've already got presentations out here, but what I want to do in the upper right-hand corner is start a new presentation. That's that plus. It really doesn't matter what you pick, quite frankly, because you are just going to be talking over what's essentially a holding screen. So I come down here to quotable because I feel like it's high contrast and it's easy to see. It doesn't matter what you call the presentation because it's going to change. I'm going to double tap here where it told me to double tap, and I'm going to say something about the class I'm talking about, right? So for us, it's CIS, and we're going to have 276. That's my C++ class. And I'll put a colon here, and I'll say Chapter 5. And we got to talk about something small here, right? Because we want to keep these recordings as quick as possible. And I'll just say selection, just like so. Now, if I tap any place else, I can see it says CIS 276, Chapter 5, selection. And really, that's all I wanted to do. Here, it's the on the top row, it's kind of the third from the right-hand side icon. It looks like a pull screen with a play button on it right there. That's what I'm going to hit to start the slideshow. And I'm just going to adjust this so it's left to right. And this is what the slideshow looks like. Now, what I'll tell you is, in order for me to record the screen and walk you through this properly, I had to do a whole bunch of like wizardry to get this to go. But what I can assure you is, even though you're seeing, the cutoff here of the Chapter 5 selection, and you're seeing it cut off over here on the left-hand side, in reality, on my Android device, that is not the case. And everything is here in full display, in full screen, and it looks the way it should. The reason we don't see it here is because I have to record the video recording of this. So back here on my Android device, I'm just going to hit the X. In the upper right-hand corner, there was an X, and that is to get us out of the presentation. So that's all we need to set up what it is that I'm going to talk about first. So in my preparation for class, I would be talking about Chapter 5 selection. So I'm just going to go back home. And next, in order to record everything, I need AZ Screen Recorder. So I'm going to go ahead and tap on that. I am going to tell you that, yes, absolutely, permit drawing over other apps. Otherwise, you won't be able to see the screen recorder and it's not going to work. So I'm going to say allow, and what happens is I get this little warning dialog over here, and in the right-hand side, I have to click on that slide toggle. Once I've done that, I actually have to hit back in the upper left-hand corner, and that's going to return me to my settings, no problem. From here, I can go back to AZ Screen Recorder. So all I did there was come back to the home page and then tap once again on AZ Screen Recorder. And over here on the left-hand side, you can see I have some new functionality. If I simply click on this is recording a movie. It's going to say AZ Screen Recorder needs to access your photos, otherwise it cannot save. You have to say allow here. AZ Screen Recorder to record audio? Absolutely, because otherwise you're not recording your voice. So say allow there. It's going to warn you that, hey, don't put in things like usernames, passwords, social security numbers, grades, any of those things. And that's not going to be a problem because we're just going to be staring at our PowerPoint presentation. So we'll go ahead and click Start Now. So it's giving me a warning that you cannot see here, but it would be located roughly here on your Android screen saying pull down notification to stop recording. So that means you're going to see this little dot up here is going to be recording our screen. So once I have AZ Screen recording, now I had to come back out and stop recording because I can't do both. I can't record on my phone and record the screen recording of my phone. So when you guys hit the record button right here, that's going to start recording. And that's exactly what you want to do. I'm not going to tap on that right this moment because I don't want it to boot me out like it did this previous time. And what I'm going to do is come back into PowerPoint. And what we're going to do is we're going to get ready to start our first recording. So essentially, all we have to do is tap on the play. So again, that is in the upper right-hand corner. It's the little drop-down screen looking thing with a play button on it. And right next to it is a little drop-down screen looking thing with an X on it. That's how to exit our show. If I turn the phone to the, either the left or the right-hand side, you will see now that the whole screen is being taken up with the recording. So that's exactly what we want. Now, I cannot show to you, I do not believe. Let's see if I can. Nope. There we go. Over here on the left-hand side is this red AZ recorder icon. That's perfect. That's what we want. Also, if we simply drop down from the shade, remember that's all the way at the top of your Android device, and just pulling down from up there, you'll notice I get AZ Screen Recorder here. What I can do is as follows. So the first step is, and we've already completed that, we've put a title here, CIS 276, Chapter 5, Selection. That's the name of the lecture I'm about to give, right? So what we would do is just prep. We're ready, and we're ready to start talking. Remember, this is your phone, so it has microphones built into it, so you don't really have to worry about how poorly your voice is going to sound. But what I suggest to you is bringing the phone pretty close to your face. You can see it's trying to jingle jangle around there because I'm moving around now. I would bring the phone close to your face because you're familiar with where the microphone is in a phone. It's on the bottom where your face would be, right? So this is my suggestion. Get the phone relatively close to where it is that you are going to start your recording. Pull down from that shade at the top of the screen, and you'll see the AZ Screen Recorder app in there someplace. Once you tap on the record movie, that's happening right here. Once you tap on that, it's going to start recording your screen. Now, if I tap on that right now, it's going to boot me out of this recording again, which I don't want it to do. But at home, when you tap on that, it's going to start recording your screen, which is exactly what you want it to do. And what is it going to record? It's going to record everything you see on your Android phone, which is just a slide that reminds your students it's CIS 276, Chapter 5, Selection. Now keep talking and talking and talking as long as it is that you need. Now remember, your students are going to be pretty gentle with you because they all understand that this is, a cheap, quick, dirty, fast way to be able to get a lecture to them. So don't go crazy about your ums, your ahs, your pauses, things of that nature. In CIS, there's two of us who do a ton of these movies, and one of us has a dog and the other one, that's me, has a toddler. There are times where I will let my little kiddo kind of squeal in the background and I won't even bother editing it out. And I kind of suggest that's the same you would investigate here as well. So when you are done recording your movie, just swipe down again from your notification shade, and instead of the movie button here, you'll actually see it'll be cut off here and it'll just look like stop. Once you tap on stop, give it a few moments, and what that's going to do is save it to your phone's camera roll. The easiest way to get to your phone's camera roll is I'm going to keep swiping or hitting the home button or whatever I need to do to get all the way back here at home. Okay, now that I'm back here at home, I've already prepped by putting a files application right here on my desktop, essentially. But if you don't see files there, if you just swipe or do whatever you need to do to get to all of your applications, it's located here inside of all of your apps. So if I could talk and spell at the same time, I would notice that F for files is right there. So I would tap on files, and you're going to get recent. And right here, you'll see that's my desktop. That's my home page. And this 14-minute, 33-second long video, or 14-second 33, is the video I had just gotten done recording. So this is what you'll want to take later on and upload to YouTube so that your students can see this. So that's the whole procedure for recording a lecture here on your Android device. You do need two pieces of software. Both of them are free. One is PowerPoint, and you can see that here. The other one is AZ Screen Recorder, and you can see that here. PowerPoint is the only one that's going to ask you to sign in to anything. And all we're using PowerPoint for is just to hold the screen for us. It's just a placeholder. So we would put a title here. You're certainly welcome to put your name or whatever you choose in here. And that way we can upload directly from your phone to YouTube. If we just did this as an audio recording, there would be a ton of extra hoops for you to have to go through. So those two pieces of software, just recording your screen, holding your phone close to your face so that you can be heard, that's really all you need to be able to make an Android screen recording. So have at it and good luck, everybody.